We made it. We finally landed in Tokyo. Getting through quarantine and security was actually remarkably easy thanks to the My SOS app and all the stuff we had to do ahead of time, which actually wasn't super inconvenient. It was actually relatively smooth. I don't know how this would have gone a month ago, but I somehow doubt it was going to be anywhere near as easy. So yeah, we've made it through. We're just gonna head over to our Capsule hotel. I just gotta wait for Lacey to catch up. But we're here in Tokyo. We finally checked into our Capsule hotel. I'm now waiting for Lacey because, like most Capsule hotels, they're divided by gender. The men's floors are in one section and the women's floors are in another. So we are obviously not staying in the same area. Speaking of, here right now you should be seeing what the capsule looks like, but I'm not going to record anything down there with audio because people are already sleeping and I don't want to disturb them. I'm in the lounge right now where I can make a little bit more noise, but obviously you can tell I'm speaking at a lower level just so I don't disturb the couple of people here who are having a little bit of a chill time. Okay, first full day in Tokyo. We started off with breakfast, but unfortunately I was a little too excited to take to eat it to take a photo. So unfortunately you'll have to make do with this picture of the menu I took. I have been here once before, and I have to tell you, I've been thinking about this place a lot since then. It's just, every now and then I just want to come back here for breakfast, and now I got to. It may be the only chance I get this time, but it was worth it. We're at Ueno Station now. We're going to head up to the park and just kind of hang around for a little bit until the hostel opens up so we can drop off our bags. Starting to rain. I had intended to kill some time wandering around the shops and shopping area around Ueno Park before the hostel opens, but it seems a lot of the places are still kind of closed up. So we'll just wander and wander. But that's a good thing about Tokyo. Down every side street is something new to look at. And just around this corner is Nui, our home away from home, the first hostel I stayed at in Tokyo when Lacey took me here the first time. It's a great little place, and you'll see it soon. Very nicely appointed bar and community place, as well as a hostel. Good morning. This is, I guess, technically day 2 in Japan. We are, jet lag's a bitch. We are waiting at the train station now in Tokyo Station for our Shinkansen to Kanazawa, which we will be spending the next couple of, well, actually just one night there on a Ryokan. And I'm not too familiar with it, other than apparently there's a really cool fish market there, or a fresh food market of some kind, and a couple of other things, a castle and some cool things to check out. I've never really seen it before, except in maybe videos. Anyway, we're going to hang out here for a while we wait for our train, probably pick up an Ekiben, and yeah, hop on the train. For Kanazawa from Tokyo. One of the rules you might have heard about in a fairly strict social structure of Japan is don't eat on the train. That is unless you're on one of the between city trains, the, what do you call them?
Intercity.
That is unless you're on one of the intercity trains, like the Shinkansen, in which case you can buy things like this, Ekiben. Ekiben comes from two words, Eki and Bento. Eki meaning railway station and Bento lunchbox. So these are one of those situations where you can eat, and in fact you're kind of expected to. I've got one, Lacey's got one, and we can take a quick look at them. You see, what have you got in yours?
So this is going to be grilled fish with some pickled vegetables and some steamed rice.
Cool. And I've got one that is a bunch of seafood on rice, including grilled scallops, some crab, some ikura, and I'm going to guess some pickles are in there too. As advertised, we have our ikura, our crab meat. Looks like some shredded eggs in the back there. Lotus root, a bit more crab as in a claw, tiny little bottle of soy sauce, and a scallop with some seaweed. Alright, let's see how it tastes. I had heard from another video, not sure which one it was, that the Ekiben branded Ekiben weren't actually very good, but if this is not very good, the other ones must be very good. I think this is just fine. It's certainly hitting the spot. I can not say anything super negative about it. Maybe only if I wish it was bigger, but that's just because it's my first meal of the day, and maybe I'm just a little greedy. So this is Ian from the future. Right now you would be seeing some stuff from our arrival in Kanazawa, to going to the castle in Kanazawa to escape the rain and check things out, and then going to a garden. But my phone got kind of filled up and I couldn't offload it until I put everything up into my Dropbox, which helped and solved a couple of problems. But now I don't have any footage from that, except for some photos and a couple little snippets. So I'm going to put them up now, and you can let slightly further in the future Ian do a voiceover. Take it slightly further in the future, Ian. God, you're lazy. Fine, this is the Kanazawa train station. It's pretty cool, but it also has a standee of Enho, one of my favorite sumo wrestlers. This here is part of the Oyama Jinja Shrine. It's got a bunch of cool gardens around it, a little pond, and it's generally pretty nice looking. All of this is just across the bridge from Kanazawa Castle. It has a lot going for it, including, of course, the castle, which is being rebuilt slowly but faithfully, as the castle itself was burned down a long time ago. And they've recently started unearthing it and reconstructing it using modern materials, but traditional techniques. Beyond yet another bridge is the Ryokan Garden, but you didn't take pictures of that, so fuck you. And now we're in a local market whose name I have also forgotten because I've been in kind of a rush. There are dozens, maybe hundreds of stalls around here. Fresh fish, fresh food. I saw a guy just carrying out a couple of crabs a little while ago, and also some yakitori stands. I don't know if they were setting up or tearing down, but the smell of fish and meat and food around here is just great. And I think I'm going to stop shooting right now so I can go and find something to eat. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. All right. Got some unagi and some scallops. This is the kind of stuff I came here for. Oh. So this is our Ryokan room in Kanazawa. As you can see, it's not huge, but that doesn't really need to be. In traditional kind of Ryokan places, all you really needed was one room, which also was your living room and bedroom. And seeing as how we don't need a kitchen, that's about it. Sitting here, you got the little table over my shoulder here. I thought it was kind of funny because one of the first things they said was the password for the Wi-Fi is on the table there, and I had to laugh at myself because I was looking at this very traditional place with its little iron pot tea set at the front door and what looks like a little inset kind of fireplace where you cook or you boil your tea, and there's a lovely little garden outside. And then the Wi-Fi came up, and I'm like, why did I not think they would have Wi-Fi? This isn't the Meiji period. This is still 2022. It's still a real place in the present. It just has that old school charm. It isn't from the past. So they also brought this little tea for us. It was actually set up before we even got into the room. It's got a little hot water, tiny little pot here, just enough for 2 cups, and these nice little cups here. Lacey, you want to tell us anything about this tea?
So Kanazawa is famous for their roasted green tea, and in this case they've gone ahead and provided us a nice big jar of some of Kanazawa's finest. And I love the work of this jar. Look at this. That is some gorgeous metal work too.
Apparently Kanazawa is also known for gold. You were telling me earlier. They would find gold, and they're now, gold leaf is like one of their major exports.
Gold leaf is the major export, and actually, Ian, if you get the chance, when we leave, we should show them the mural on the wall, which looks like it's been imprinted with gold leaf. It is beautiful. This is such a lovely little Ryokan.
So we have our tea here, and we're just going to make it a little bit for ourselves.
Just a little scoop, because I think both Ian and I agree that when it comes to green tea, a light to medium roast is best.
All right, and I will. Ain't no tea ceremony going on here. I am not that way licensed. Want someone to drive your forklift? I can do that. Make green tea in a specific way, I might have to call somebody. And we'll just let that steep for a bit.
Yeah. There we go.
Alright.
We have some sweets from for each of us. Even though it's hot tea on a hot day, it's still very nice. I mean, it doesn't hurt that I found air conditioning, so. Oh, we just had a fantastic dinner at Ippe Sushi, just around the corner from our Ryokan.
It was fantastic. Most of all, not just because the food was really good, because it was very well priced too. But we also just had one of those moments that's just kind of great. You don't expect to get it because you're always told how reserved the Japanese people are. But this lovely older couple started talking to us. It actually turned out to be this middle-aged guy and his mom. He was just carting around helping her go drinking because she's 94 years old.
Yep.
And she wants to go drinking, so he's going to take care of her while she does. And it was just a lovely experience. If you ever come to Kanazawa, check out Ippei, right there. You will not be dissatisfied. It is fantastic, and I can't wait to come here again someday. So, after a long and sweaty and rainy day, I am now going over to take a bath at the Ryokan's public bath. I don't know how public it's going to be since Lacey and I are a couple of the only people in the building right now. So it's probably just going to be me in there. I don't really feel like sharing it that much anyway, but if it does, them's the rules anyway. That said, the rules are you wear yukata. And this is the yukata that was provided to me by the Ryokan. I kind of like it. It's very comfortable. I'm still a little drunk, so I'm going to go and take my bath now.